Hello, everybody. Schooner Double 7 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 6-16 Minnesota Twins taking on the 10-13 Texas Rangers. This is game one of a three-game series between the Twins and the Rangers. Who's going to come out on top? Will the Twins get the win, or will the Rangers get the win? We'll find out in 9 innings time. And here is the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins. Leading off, the center fielder, Carlos Gomez. Batting second, the second baseman, Brendan Harris. Batting third, the catcher, Joe Manor. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Justin Monroe. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Michael Cuttier. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Jason Kubel. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Damon Young. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Mike Lamb. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Nick Punto. On the mound for the Rangers, it is Kevin Millward. He comes into the game with a starting ERA of a 6.84. He's got 2 wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 26 1/3 of an inning, allowed 46 hits, 16 strikeouts, and 7 walks. We're here at Rangers Ballpark, which gives nothing to strikeouts, +2 to walks, and nothing to home runs. And with that, we're ready for the first pitch of the game as Carlos Gomez steps up into the batter's box and the home plate umpire dusts off home plate. He's batting a .307, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is going to be a walk on a 1-8. That is a 2, and he'll walk him. And with that, as Carlos Gomez trots on down to first, let's take a look at the starting defense for the Texas Rangers. We got Kent Alonso out there in the left field. Hamilton will be at center. Murphy at right. Going around the horn, we've got Belloc on third. Young will be at short. Kinsler will be at second. Bouchard will be at first. Loud will be behind the plate. And Millward will be on the mound. And with that, Brendan Harris steps up. He's batting a .235. Strategy roll is a 13. Whenever we have a runner on base, we will roll the strategy die, if able. Infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch. To Harris, that's a 1-5, column 1, row 5, strikeout. On a 1-12, that is an 11. Struck him out. Struck him out, and that's going to put 1 away. Strategy roll is a 7. It's a steal attempt. It's going to be a 16. It's going to be a 15. They're going to send him. It's a 12 in his range. And Gomez will quickly get over to second base. Joe Manor batting a .296, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. That is a strikeout. We consider that a strikeout right now because Kevin has not faced his allotted number of batters. That's a 5 for his range. 9 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That's going to be a base hit to Kent Alonso out there into left field. Smacks one in the left field. Gomez goes to third. Is he waved around home with a 6 or higher for the adjusted base run rating? He will advance, no throw. And the Twins are on the board. It's 1-0 here in the top of the first. Justin Manor Batting a 346. Strategy roll is a 6. Infield double play depth. 1 out, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. It's a range play. Now, whose range are we checking? That's going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That's going to go to Murphy. Now, on a range check, that is the first number that we check in the outfielder. That Murphy's range is on a 1-3. It's a 5. Murphy can't make the play. It gets by him. Manor goes to second. The stop sign goes up. And the reason he holds is we roll 1d6 against his base run rating. From first to third, it's a -1. Murphy will give a -1. So that's where it becomes a 1. And if the roll is less than or equal to the ABR, the adjusted base run rating, the runner will advance, otherwise they hold. So Manor will hold at second. So it's a -2 from that. And with that, Michael Cuttier is up. He's batting a 381. Strategy roll is a 4. Infield still at double play depth. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a base hit. It's a split result. Now, how we read split results is we take a look at the batter. Is he batting left or right-handed? In this case, Michael is a right-handed batter, so off the pitcher card, we're going to look to the right-hand side of the slash. And that is good for a base hit. Manor will go to third as he waved around home. He'll go from second to home on a base run rating of a 2-6. That is a 3. He's got the speed. He'll come home as Millworth throws it to Young to hold the other runners. It's 2-0 Twins. So 2-0 here in the top of the first. Jason Kubel batting a 254. Strategy roll is a 10. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a walk on a 1-11. The 20 is too high. Kubel. 2-3, column 2, row 3. Double star 3. It's a ground ball to second base to Kinsler. He'll make the play. And with that, we're going to check for double play rating. Monroe will advance to third. And let's take a look at the double play rating here. We go off of Kevin Millward's double play rating. That is a 0. The pivot for G4 is going to be the short. Young is a 0. So it's a -1. That makes it a 2 for the ground double play rating. We take 1d6, roll it against the ground double play rating. And if the roll is less than or equal to, it becomes a double play. If the roll is high, that's a force out. So Cuttier gets forced out at second. And Kubel is on by fielder's choice. So Young got Michael out at second, but could not make the play to first. And with that, Damon Young is up. He's batting a 264, 2 outs. And with 2 outs, we add a +1 to the base run rating. Strategy roll is an 11. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4, range play with the @ symbol. So if you roll the @ symbol, you'll resolve the play using the ballpark card. In this case, we're going to go to Rangers Park. And that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. It's a ground ball to Bouchard. His range is on a 1-2. It's a 2. He makes the catch. Now, Murphy's range, he was 4 for 13 on range plays. And that will retire the side. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. And the Twins will leave 2 stranded we go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the Texas Rangers. Leading off the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. Batting second, the shortstop, Michael Young. Batting third, the center fielder, Josh Hamilton. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the third baseman, Hank Bella. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Jason Botts. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Frank Cantalonto. Batting seventh, the right fielder, David Murphy. Batting eighth, the catcher, Gerald Laird. And batting ninth, the first baseman, Ben Bouchard. On the mound for the Twins, it is Nick Blackburn. He'll come in today's game with a starting ERA of 8.26. He's got no wins and 2 losses. He's pitched 20 2/3 of an inning, allowed 36 hits, 10 strikeouts, and 5 walks. And with that, Ian Kinsler steps up to into the batter's box. He's batting a .358 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. Power hit to center field to Gomez. Now, on a 1-2, it's a single. 3-6, it's a double. 7-8 is a triple. 9 through 20, it's a fly ball. It's a 12. Gomez running back. He'll go back. He sees it. Makes a leaping catch at the wall. And out number 1. What a catch for Gomez on that. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Minnesota Twins. We've got Young at left field. Gomez will be there in center. Cuddyer will be in right field. Going around the horn, we've got Lamb on third. Punta will be at short. Harris on second. Monroe will be at first. Manor will be behind the plate. And Blackburn will be on the mound. Michael Young batting a .232. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4, home run. On a 1-4, the 16 is too high. And that's going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. Same thing, it's a power hit now into right field. On a 1-3, it's a single. 4-6, it's a double. 7 is a triple. It's a 10. Cuddyer runs back after it. Makes the catch, and that puts 2 away. And Josh Hamilton is up. He's batting a .275. And that is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5, home run chance on a 1-2. The 10 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6, double star 4. That's a ground ball down the third baseline to Lamb. He'll make the catch there. And that will retire the side. So the Twins retire the Rangers in order. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. After 1, it's Twins 2, Rangers nothing. We go to the top of the second. It's going to be Mike Lamb, Nick Punto, and Carlos Gomez due up for the Twins. Mike Lamb batting a .153. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. And that is going to be a fly ball back there to Cantalonto. And that'll be out number 1, Nick Punto, batting a .242. And that is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1-11. That is a 3. Struck him out. So 2 up and 2 down. We go to the top as the order will flip over. Carlos Gomez walked his last time up. but also has a run scored. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, home run chance on a 1-16, 14 in range. We need a 3 or less. It's a 1, and Carlos Gomez belts one out of here. That ball is gone. That ball's going down the left field side. Cantaloupe goes after it, and that ball is into the upper decks. Carlos Gomez with a moonshot. You could just hear that crack of the bat, and he knew that ball was not coming back. It's a solo home run for Carlos Gomez. It's 3-0 Twins. Brandon Harris, 0 for 1. He struck out his last time up. 2 outs, nobody on. Infield normal depth, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is going to be a walk on a 1-15. That is a 5. And with that, they'll walk him. So Harris will go to first, and that's going to bring up Joe Manor. Manor is 1 for 1 today with a run and an RBI. Strategy roll is a 16, Twins holding off, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Fly ball back there to Cantaloupe. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on, and 1 left on. Go to the bottom of the second. Hank Belloc, Jason Botts, and Frank Cantaloupe due up for the Rangers. Hank Belloc batting a 304, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. Fly ball back there to the center field to Gomez. He goes back, makes the catch, and that'll put 1 away. Jason Botts batting a 211, and here is the pitch. Botts, 2-5, column 2, row 5 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Rangers ballpark, and that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. It's an HR with an O, and that's going to be a fly out to left field. Young robbing him of the home run there. And that'll bring up Frank Cantaloupe. Cantaloupe batting a 3-14, 2 up, 2 down, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3, possible error on a ground ball. Now, with an error, we're going to check the number in the bracket. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1, ground ball to Monroe. His error ranges on a 1-2. It's an 11, no error there. By the way, Monroe on that last play, he's 1 for 5 on his range plays. And that will retire this. And that retires the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. 3 up, 3 down. After 2, it's Twins 3, Rangers nothing. We go to the top of the third. Justin Monroe, Michael Cuttier, and Jason Kubel due up. Justin Monroe, 1 for 1, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. Fly ball back there to center field. Hamilton sees it, makes the catch, and puts one away. Michael Cuddyer, 1-for-1 with an RBI. The pitch. And that'll be a 6-1. Column 6, row 1. Strikeout on a 1-8. The 13 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-2. Column 5, row 2. It's a ground ball to second base. Kinsler will make the catch there. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Jason Kubel, 0-for-1, and the pitch. Kubel, 4-3, column 4, row 3, at the ballpark. We go to Rangers Park, and that's going to be a 3-4. Column 3, row 4, power hit to left field. On a 1-2, it's a single. 3-5, it's a double. 7-12, it's a triple. 13-16, it's a home run. It's a 17, and that's going to be a fly out to retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Rangers retire the Twins. In order, 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the third. It's David Murphy, Joe Laird, and Ben Bouchard due up for the Rangers. David Murphy batting a .253. And that is going to be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. Possible error. Whose error range are we checking? That's going to be DeYoung. His error range is on a 1-6. That's going to be a base hit. It's a 5. It's an error. And he boots the ball. He goes to throw it, but drops it. It's a 1-base error. So he'll go to second on the error. And that is Young's second error of the replay. Jared Laird, runner on second. Strategy roll is an 11. Laird batting a .310. No outs. Infield normal depth and the pitch. That'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. It's a strikeout. On a 1-9, the 15 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. Fly ball back there to Young, who makes the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Murphy will hold. So on an F7, we subtract 2. That's where we get the 0. We roll 1d6 against the base run rating. That's a 0. The die roll is a 6. Nothing happens. So 1 out, runner on second, infield normal depth. Ben Bouchard up, batting a .152. Strategy roll is a 1. The Rangers holding off. And that is going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. That is a blank. And Ben Bouchard, 4-6, column 4, row 6, double star 4. That's a ground ball down the third baseline to Lamb. He'll make the catch. And the out, with the roll of a 6, the out will be at third. Murphy will move, well, out at first. Murphy goes to third on that. So 2 outs and a runner on third, and we go to the top of the order. Ian Kinsler is 0-for-1, and here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 5, Rangers holding off. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a blank. That is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5, double star 2. Fly ball back to the right field. Cuddyer goes back, makes the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. And the Rangers will leave 1 stranded. After 3, it's Twins 3, Rangers nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. Damon Young, Mike Lamb, and Nick Punto due up for the Twins. Damon Young 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. And that is a 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. Ground ball to Kinsler. He'll make the catch. And that'll put one away. Mike Lamb 0 for 1, and the pitch. Lamb 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a blank. 5-3, column 5, row 3. That's going to be good for a base hit out there into right field. So Lamb gets on with a base hit. So runner on first with 1 out. Strategy roll is a 15. Infield double play depth. Nick Punto 0 for 1. Struck out his last time up. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. Ground ball to first base. And with that, it is going to be a fielder's choice. Because remember, that is a -1. The pivot is going to be the shortstop. They'll get Lamb out at second. And Punto will get on by fielder's choice. Carlos Gomez, we go to the top of the order. Gomez is 1 for 1 with a home run, a walk, a run, and an RBI in today's game. And by the way, that was his first home run of the replay. Strategy roll is a 3. It's going to be a steal attempt for Punto. They are going to send him. It's an 18. He got caught stealing. And he couldn't get back to the bag in time. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Michael Young, Josh Hamilton, and Hank Belloc due up for the Rangers. Michael Young, 0 for 1, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1, home run. On a 1-4, the 13 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3, fly ball back there to Cuttier. He sees it, comes in a little bit, adjusts, and he plops it into his glove. 1 away. Josh Hamilton 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. Hamilton 2-2, column 2, row 2, that is a blank. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. Ground ball down the first baseline to Monroe. He makes the play there as Blackburn comes over, tosses it to him, and out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Hank Belloc. Belloc 0 for 1, and the pitch. Belloc 4-1, column 4, row 1. That's a range play. All right, who's range are we checking? That's going to be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. Ground ball to Harris. His range is a 1. And that is a 5. He can't make the play. It goes right past his glove. Cuttier comes in to cover it, throws it over to Punto, and that'll hold the runners. Hank Belloc will get on with a base hit. Harris is 4 for 9 on his range plays. That's going to bring up Jason Botts. Botts is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 15. Rangers holding off. And the pitch, 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is a blank. And that's going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. Ground ball down the third baseline. Lamb makes the play. and that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Rangers. After 4, it's Twins 3, Rangers nothing. We go to the top of the 5th, and it's the top of the order for the Twins. Carlos Gomez, Brandon Harris, and Joe Manor due up for the Twins. Carlos Gomez is 1 for 1 today with a home run, a walk, 2 runs, and an RBI. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, possible error. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. That's a single out there in the left field. Cantalonto's error rate is on a 1-6. That's a 14, no error there. So Gomez will get on with a base hit. Leads off with a base hit. And that is going to bring up Brandon Harris. Harris is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 14. Infield double play depth. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a strikeout. On a 1-12, the 20 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. And that's going to be a line drive to the shortstop. And that is out number 1, no double play there. And Gomez will hold. Joe Manor, 1 for 2 today with a run and an RBI. Strategy roll is an 11. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, possible error. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. It's a single out there in the left field. Cantalonto's error range is on a 1-6. This time it's a 15, nothing happens. And with that, Gomez will go to second. He'll hold. And he holds because the die roll is a 5 and is higher than his base run rating. And with that, Justin Monroe is up. He's 1 for 2 today. Strategy roll is an 8. And the Twins are holding off, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a strikeout. On a 1-8, the 20 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. Ground ball to third base to Belloc. And that is hit in the hole, double play from second to first on that. However, it is a 6. So remember, on a 6, the play is only at first. So with that, Gomez will go to third. Joe will go to second. And the out is at first on that one. So 2 outs and runners in scoring position. That's going to bring up Michael Cuttier. He's 1 for 2 today with an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a walk on a 1-13, 17, too high, outside of the range. And that is going to be a 4-1, column 4, row 1, double star 4. It's a ground ball to Belloc. He'll make the play. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and the Twins will leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is Frank Cantalonto, David Murphy, and Joe Laird due up for the Rangers. Frank Cantalonto is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a base hit into left field. And with that, Cantalonto will lead this inning off with a base hit. David Murphy, 1 for 1. Strategy roll is a 14, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That's a strikeout. On a 1-9, that is a 3. Struck him out. And that'll be 1 away. Jared Laird, 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 12. 1 out. Runner on first, infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Rangers Ballpark. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. It's a home run to center field. HR8. That is a 5. That is a 5. That is a 1. It is in range, and that ball is out of here. As Jared Laird smacks that ball dead center, Gomez running forward, trying to make the catch, and he can't do it. That ball is out of here. 2-run home run for Jared Laird, and it puts the Rangers on the board. It's a 1-run game. And for Jared Laird, that is his 3rd home run of the replay. And that is going to bring up Ben Bouchard. 0 for 1, 1 out, nobody on, and here is the pitch. Infield normal depth. 1-2, column 1, row 2, that is a strikeout. On a 1-13, that is a 1. Struck him out. Struck him out, and we go to the top of the order. Ian Kinsler is 0 for 2, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. Line drive down the first baseline to Monroe. He'll make the play. And that'll be out. And that will retire the side. So 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and none left on. After 5, it's Twins 3, Rangers 2. We go to the top of the 6th. Jason Kubel, Damon Young, and Mike Lamb due up for the Twins. Kubel, 0 for 2. And with that, Kevin Millward can face 2 more batters before he's considered tired. Bullpen for the Rangers starting to warm up. And that is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. That is a strikeout. On a 1-10, that is an 8. Struck him out. And that'll be 1 away. Damon Young, 0 for 2, and the pitch. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a blank. Young. That'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. Ground ball down the third baseline to Ballock. He'll make the play. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, and with that, Millward is now tired. So that means when a pitcher is tired, when he is faced as a lot number of batters, if we roll a 3-2, a 3-6, or a 6-1, he'll automatically get pulled. And that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a strikeout on a 1-7. the 10 is too high. They are leaving him out there. He just needs to get one more out. And that's going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. Ground ball to second base. Kinsler will make the play there. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Twins go down in, as the Rangers send the Twins down in order, 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Michael Young, Josh Hamilton, and Hank Bellock due up for the Rangers. Taking a quick look here at Nick Blackburn, he can face 6 more batters before he is considered tired. Michael Young, 0 for 2. And the pitch. 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a hit by pitch. That is a 1. Blackburn will give a -1. The 16 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. It's a ground ball down the first base line. Monroe will get it, tag the base, and out number 1. Josh Hamilton, 0 for 2, and the pitch. Hamilton, that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is a walk on a 1-11. The 3 is in range. And that'll be good for a walk. So Hamilton will trot on down to first. And with that, Hank Bellock, who is 1 for 2, steps up to the plate. To the plate. Strategy roll is a 5. Rangers holding off, and here is the pitch to infield at double play depth, by the way. And that is going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. It's a wild pitch on a 1-14. On a 1-4, it's a wild pitch. 5, it's a passed ball. It's a 9, nothing happens. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Ground ball up the middle. Blackburn will make the catch. And we will check for double play. That is a 0. Punto is a 0. So in a G1, the pivot for a left-handed batter is the shortstop. So die roll, ground double play rating off of Bellock's card is a 4. The die roll is a 1. It's a double play. That's a double play to end the inning. The Twins get out of a jam. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. After 6, it's Twins 3, Rangers 2. We go to the top of the 7th. Nick Punto, Carlos Gomez, and Brandon Harris due up for the Twins. All right, and with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Rangers. Kevin Millward out. So the Rangers are going to the bullpen. And we've got a switch in 2 rights coming up. They're going to bring in Cameron Loeb. Loeb going to come in. Comes into the game with an ERA of a 4.29. No wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 6 1/3 innings, allowed 10 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Nick Punto, 0 for 2. Let's take a look at the stats real quick for Kevin Millward. Millward went 6 innings and allowed 7 hits, 3 walks. 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, an ERA of a 6.41. Nick Punto, 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 2, row 4. Hit by pitch, that is a 0. -10, 17 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4, pop up, Belloc underneath it. He makes the catch and puts one away, and we go to the top of the order. And with that, Carlos Gomez comes up. Gomez is 2 for 2 with a home run, a walk, 2 runs, and an RBI. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6 at the ballpark. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. That's a base hit past first base. And with that, Gomez is on with a base hit. One out, runner on first. Strategy rolls a 19. It's a sac play. And with that, Harris, 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. That is a strikeout. However, it is we're going with a bunt here, so he bunts it. It's a successful sac bunt. Bunts it down the first baseline. With that, so Gomez will get over into scoring position, 2 outs. Joe Manor up. Manor is 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI. Strategy roll is a 12. And the pitch. And that'll be a 4-4, column 4, row 4. That is a walk on a 1-19. That is a 9. And let's see, with 2 outs, are they going to send him? No, they're not. They are not going to send him for the steal attempt. Infield normal depth. Justin Monroe is 1 for 3. And the pitch. And that'll be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That's good for a base hit. And with that, Gomez will go to third. But as he waved around home, he'll come home on a 2 through 6. That is a 2. He'll come home. Manor on second. Does he go to third? He will advance to third on a base run rating of a 4-6. That is a 4. And 1 run scores on an RBI single by Justin Monroe. The Twins have a 2-run lead. It's 4-2. Michael Cuttier up. Cuttier, 1 for 3 with an RBI. With strategy roll is an 8, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. Possible error on a ground ball. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. Fly ball back there to Hamilton. He'll make the catch and sing, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Oh, by the way, first of all, error check is on a 1 to 5. That is a 16. No error there. And now we can sing, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." So 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors, and 2 left on for the Twins. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Jason Botts, Frank Candelonto, and David Murphy due up for the Rangers. Let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 have been played here at Rangers Park. Twins came out in the first inning, scoring 2 in the first, a run in the second. They scored a run right now in the top half of the 7th inning. It's 4 runs and 9 hits with 1 error. The Rangers in the 5th inning scored 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors. It's a 13-hit game. Jason Botts 0 for 2. They're going to send Blackburn back out there for the mound. However, the bullpen for the Twins starting to warm up. That's 0 for 2 and the pitch. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. It's a fly ball to Young. He makes the catch. And that'll put one away. Frank Cantalonto up. Cantalonto is 1 for 2 with a run and the pitch. And that'll be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a strikeout. On a 1-6, the 10 is too high. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1, double star 6. It's a fly ball to Young. Young makes the catch. And that'll put 2 away, and that's going to bring up David Murphy. Murphy, 1 for 2 with a strikeout. The pitch, 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a blank. Murphy. That is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. That's going to be good for a base hit past second base. And Murphy will get on with a base hit. Keeps the inning alive, and we see the one more signal from the bullpen. Jared Laird is 1 for 2 today with a home run, a run, and 2 RBIs. Strategy roll 16, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3, double star 2. And that is going to be a fly ball back there to Cuttier. He'll make the play. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on after 7. It's Twins 4, Rangers 2. We go to the top of the 8th, and Corbin Lowe going back out there on the mound to start the 8th. We do have a couple changes to the lineup. Frank Cantalonto coming out in left field. And they're going to bring in Jason Ellison. Will take over there at third base. Adam Milhouse will take over there. So those are the only changes to their defense that they're going to do. Jason Kubel, 0 for 3. Now, is he going to take the hit? Kubel is going to take the hit here. Low, 3-2, column 3, row 2. That's going to be a walk plus. Now, on a walk plus, we add 10 to the walk range, plus the 2 from the ballpark. So we add 12. That's a 21. That is a 12. And that is a walk. So Kubel is on. They are going to bring in a pinch runner for Kubel. And actually, no, they're not. They are not going to bring a pinch runner in for Kubel. Damon Young is up. He's 0 for 3. Now, is Young going to take the hit? He is. Strategy rolls a 16. Twins holding off infield double play depth. And that's going to be a 5-1. Column 5, row 1. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? It's a 3-6. Column 3, row 6. Ground ball to Kinsler. His range is on a 1-2. That is a 5. Kinsler can't field it. It doesn't have it, and that's going to move the runners up. Kubel will go to second. The stop sign goes up. He'll go from first to third on a 3 through 6. It's a 2. He'll hold. And with that, Mike Lamb will come up. Lamb is 1 for 3, and Lamb will take the hit. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. Carmen can face 2 more batters. That's going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. Fly ball to Ellison. And that'll be out number 1, and the runners will hold. And with that, strategy roll is a 20. Now, anytime you roll a 20 on the strategy die, it's a pickoff attempt. On a 1 to 6, it's a pickoff. It's a 2. He picks him off. And he picked off Kubel. He couldn't get back to the base in time. So 2 outs, and we add a +1 to the base run rating on that. And that's going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. He's a switch hitter. He's batting left. And that's going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. It's a base hit past second base. Young goes to second. He will hold. He'll go from first to third on a base run rating of a 3 through 6. That is a 2. So, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Carmen Lowe. Lowe is they're gonna pull him, and we're gonna go to the bullpen. And they are going to bring in Jamie Wright. Wright gonna come in. He's got 1 win and no losses. He's pitched 5 1/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, and no walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Carmen Lowe. He went 1 2/3 of an inning, allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, an ERA of a 4.50. Top of the order, Carlos Gomez is 3 for 3 today with a home run, a walk, 3 runs, and an RBI. Strategy roll 9, the pitch. It's going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. It's a base hit down the first baseline. And with that, Young will hold at third, and the bases are loaded. Young will go from second to home on a 4 through 6. However, that is a 3. And that'll put runners, and that'll load the bases. Brennan Harris, 0 for 2. Harris not going to take the hit. And they're going to bring in Alexi Callista to come in to pinch it. All right, Alexi comes in. He's been in 9 games, 2 at-bats, 2 runs, and an RBI, and he's got 1 stolen base. Strategy roll is a 9, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. That's a strikeout on a 1 to 8. The 14 is too high. And that's going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. It's a ground ball down the first baseline, and that will retire the side. And the Twins will leave them loaded. So now at second base, we are going to have Howie Clark. Actually, Matt Tolbert. Sorry, Tolbert's going to take over at second there. So Tolbert will take over at second. We do have another change. Monroe comes out at first. And Brian Bashir will come in. Third base also gets a little bit of a change. They are bringing in So for shortstop, actually, we're going to go back to third here real quick. Mike Lamb going to come out of the game. Punto is going to take over at third. And for short, Adam Everett is going to take over. No double switch there. So that they're changing their infield a little bit. Nick Blackburn done. We do have a new pitcher on the mound, and for the Twins, and they're going to go with Dennis Reyes is going to come in to pitch this inning. Reyes will come into the game with an ERA of a 7.20. He's pitched 5 innings, no wins, no losses. He's pitched 5 innings, allowed 8 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Nick. He went 7 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 6.82. 9-1-2 in the lineup for the Rangers. Ben Bashir is 0 for 2. Is he going to take the hit? He is. And that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3, strikeout plus on a 1-23. That is a 13. Remember, we add a 10 to that range for the strikeout plus. Struck him out looking. And that'll be 1 away. We go to the top of the order. Ian Kinsler, 0 for 3. Kinsler going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2, strikeout plus on a 1-16. That is a 1. Struck him out looking. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Michael Young. Young, 0 for 3, and he is going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, double star 4. It's a ground ball down the first baseline to Bashir. He'll make the catch, and that will retire this. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Twins retire the Rangers in order. After 8, it's Twins 4, Rangers 2. We go to the top of the 9th. Will we see some 9th inning magic? Joe Manor, Ben Bashir, and Michael Cuttier due up for the Twins. Let's take a look at the box score after 8 had been played here at Rangers Park. The Twins scored 2 runs in the first, a run in the second, a run in the 7th, 4 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. The Rangers scored 2 runs in the 5th inning, 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors. And with that, they're going to leave Jamie Wright going to come out. Actually, no, they are going to leave Jamie Wright on the mound. Joe Manor, 2 for 3 with a walk, a run, and an RBI. He can face 3 more batters. They are going to leave him out. And that's going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. That's going to be good for a walk. And on a 1-19, that is a 3. They will walk him. Now, strategy rolls are turned off, and the reason they are turned off and how we know they are turned off is we take the difference in the score. It's a 2-run game. We take the 2, add it to the inning that we are in. So 2 plus 9 is 11. If the number you get when you add those numbers together is higher than 10, strategy is turned off until you bring the number down to 10 or less. Ben Bouchard, batting a 143, going to take the hit here. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. That is a strikeout. On a 1-9, the 14 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. It's a pop-up. Young makes the catch there to the shortstop. And that'll be one away. Runner on first, one out. Infield at double play depth. Michael Cuddyer up. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI. Cuddyer going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That's a strikeout on a 1-8. That is a 4. Struck him out. So Jamie Wright is now tired. Remember, when a pitcher is tired, the brackets come into play. Jason Kubel, 0 for 3. Kubel not going to take the hit here. Actually, yeah, Kubel not going to take the hit. Instead, they're going to bring in Jason Pride. Pride going to come in to pinch hit. And here is the pitch. Pride, 3-2, column 3, row 2 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Rangers Park, and that's going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. Ground ball down the first baseline. Bouchard will make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and one left on. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Josh Hamilton, Adam Helmuth, and Jason Botts due up for the Rangers. And with that, Dennis Reyes done. He's going to come out, and they're going to send in Joe Nathan. Nathan going to come in, try to get the save here. We are in a save situation. No wins and no losses. He does have one save. He's pitched 8 innings, allowed 2 hits, 13 strikeouts, and 1 walk. He does have a special K rating. We will talk about that when it comes into play. Let's take a look real quick at the stats here for Dennis Reyes. He went 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 6.0. 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup. Josh Hamilton, 0 for 2 with a walk. Hamilton going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 5-1. Column 5, row 1. Possible error on a ground ball. Special K rating. On a 1-8, the 20 is too high. So now we will check the 2-1. Column 2, row 1. Ground ball down the first baseline. Bouchard will make the out. Error range is a 0. Remember, it's an error on a ground ball. That is a 2. No error there. And the Twins put 1 away. Adam Helmuth, 0 for 0. Batting a 261. Helmuth going to take the hit. 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a wild pitch. No runners on. We're going to roll for the batter. Adam, range for the special K on a 1-8. The 19 is too high. 6-3. That's a double. And Helmuth will get on with a double. Tying run comes to the plate. Jason Botts 0 for 3. Botts going to take the hit. The pitch. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. Double question mark. Double star on a 1-5. The 9 is too high. Botts. And that is going to be a 1-8. It's in the range of the special K. Struck him out. So 2 away, and the Rangers are down to the last out, and here comes Jason Ellison batting a 125. Ellison going to take the hit. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a blank. Special K rating on a 1 to 6, 17 too high, 4-5. It's a fly ball to Gomez. He makes the catch. And that's the ball game as the Minnesota Twins defeat the Texas Rangers 4-2. Final line score coming right up. So the Minnesota Twins defeat the Texas Rangers 4-2. 4 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error for the Twins. Rangers, 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Nick Blackburn picks up his first win. Kevin Millard picks up his second loss. Joe Nathan picks up his second save of the game. Carlos Gomez hits his first home run of the replay, and Jared Lard hits his third home run of the replay. Let's take a look at the stats here. Nick Blackburn, he went 7 innings, picks up the win. He went 7 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, a home run, and ERA of a 6.82. Kevin Millard, who picks up the loss, he went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, an ERA of a 6.41. Joe Nathan, who picks up the win, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout, an ERA of nothing. Jamie Wright, who went 1 1/3 of an inning, he allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and no ERA. So that is going to do it for us here at Rangers Park, as the Twins will improve to 7-16, and the Rangers were dropped to 10-14. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up, and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Scoonie 007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.